Hi, everybody. This is Mark Rambow. I'm the Executive Director of the Rapid City Arts Council. I want to welcome you all as visitors today to the Dahl Arts Center here in Rapid City. The Dahl Arts Center is one portion of the Rapid City Arts Council. We also have a much larger facility here that houses our educational programming. We have a pottery studio, we have a youth area, we have classrooms and a bunch of other things that we can utilize to get the arts out to the Rapid City community and the greater Black Hills. I am going to turn this over pretty quickly to the expert in our galleries over here, but I just wanted to catch everybody up a little bit on what's been going on here since we shut down in March. We did shut down. We had furloughed staff and everything, just like everybody else did, but we tried to quickly get back on our feet. And since June, we've had our galleries open again with limited attendance and masking and everything required. We've also had youth camps, classes, and our open pottery studio operating and a variety of other things, all with limited numbers, all with safety precautions in place. But we're really proud of the fact that we've gotten things back on track here. And we're really, I don't know, happy to see what might come down the road for us in the future. So with that said, I'm going to turn this over to Denise Broy, our curator and chief of our museum.
Thank you, Mark. I'm going to take you all on a tour of the galleries. The galleries have been, as Mark said, open since June. We're standing in the central gallery, which is the Shaver Gallery, and we currently have our goods fundraiser up. It will be up for viewing for 2 weeks, and then it will culminate on Friday, the 13th of November, with the goods virtual event. So what we do for this show is we invite and ask our regional artists to each send us a piece of artwork that we then sell for $125. So each piece is anonymous and they're all the same price. And because we're doing it virtual this year, anybody can participate from anywhere in the United States. And also on our front lobby wall, we have the goods continued. I'm going to take you now into the Ruth Brennan Gallery, which is a new show that we just opened. And this is Mark Paxton. The name of this show is called Tronies, and it's a study in characters, not necessarily portraits, but it's more important that even though these are large visual images of particular people, Mark describes himself as a crowdsourcing painter, and he usually trades people and goes out into his community in Gillette, Wyoming, and takes photographs and does research on individuals that are in the community. And some of these, all of these portraits are very large in size, and some of them have, the smallest ones are 4 feet by 4 feet. They're all oil paintings, and there's a brief description, not a name of the person, but of the character that Mark is describing. And we'll take you around the corner so you can see the rest of the exhibit. There are a couple of black and white pieces, and the rest are in color, and they're all close-ups. And I'm going to give you an example. This one is, and this is the one on our postcard, is called The Boxer. And it's the description is that the image of the boxer has been used for millennia as a symbol of defeat or struggle. The boxer is a companion piece to Gaia, the one immediately behind me, from the perspective of conflict and destruction. And this over here is the companion piece to that one. And this is called Gaia, which refers to the ancient Greek name for Mother Earth, and the painting depicts the reluctance to disclose the aging and neglect that has been incurred over time. The next gallery that I'll take you into is our largest gallery, Senator Stan and Linda Clark Adelstein Gallery. And on view now, we have our permanent collection or selections from our permanent collection. All of the pieces that we have in this gallery that are regional local artists are predominantly all the same size, and we do have some sculptural pieces that are a little bit different size because they're three-dimensional. But we've tried to work with the small format of 8 by 8 so that every artist has the same opportunity to portray their work, whether or not it's photograph, mixed media, collage, oil painting, watercolor, drawing, or glass art. And we will now go into the Senator Stan Adelstein and Linda K. Clark Gallery, which allows you to see selections from our permanent collection. And what we've done is we've divided this up into 2 rooms because we recently took down a show in this first part by Jeremy Kendall. Immediately to my right is a piece of Dahl Arts that we acquired in 2014 from one of the governor's shows. One of the great things that we're able to do in South Dakota is participate in the South Dakota Governor's Show. And this is a biennial show that several venues across the state participate in, and we are always the West River participant and the only West River participant. We are given by the South Dakota Arts Council a certain amount of money each time that show comes around through a grant to purchase artwork from the show. So one show we purchased this piece by Dahl Arts. And if we go into the back of the gallery, we can see this room has the most recent selections that we've acquired from the permanent collection. And some of those were purchased from the most recent South Dakota Governor's Biennial. And that would be this piece by Gene Wiss. These 2 small books by Camille Reiner. And this piece over here by Keith Braveheart, which is a paper mache piece called Backbone, and Keith did a whole series of these, and we so that it would travel up as a group with the permanent with the South Dakota Arts Council. Then some of these other pieces, we were recently given 3 small Paul Goebel pieces from a collector in California who had a relationship with South Dakota and purchased these here in Rapid City. Then going across to the other side of the wall, we have some photographs by Chuck Kimmerly, a nationally recognized photographer currently living in New York, who was living in Wyoming at the time that he had the show here in 2018. And during that show, he invited us to choose photographs to keep and retain for our permanent collection. So we chose Split Fields, Setting Sunflower, and this was on the postcard, 7 Bins and Tree Row. Next to him is a photograph by Amy Lehman, which is another purchase from the 2018 South Dakota Governor's Biennial. And then next to that is a piece we purchased from Lori Ann Tubals. The Tubals family had a show here 2 years ago, and we were able to purchase a piece from there. Behind me are local artists, 3 Don Monolos, and those are on loan to us from the collection of Denny Gemini. Then next to that, we have a large triptych weaving by Greta Bodegard. And this was also donated to us by a family who had commissioned Greta to do this piece for their 50th wedding anniversary. And we have more pieces behind me from the permanent collection that have, this entire back room has been the most recent parts of the collection that we've acquired within the last year. And predominantly, they have been gifted to us by individual collectors. And now what I'm going to do is walk you back through the galleries up to the front lobby gallery that has some more small pieces on it and the gift shop. We have another piece here, which was a selection from the 2014 South Dakota Governor's Biennial by Angela Behrens. It's a ceramic buffalo. And then in front of me is a large triptych Linthorpe drawing titled Homeless in a Marginal Terrain. And this was also a purchase from South Dakota Governor's Biennial. Next to that is a Jackie Rochester painting that was gifted to us by the artist decades ago. And then Steve Schrefferman's ceramic piece, which was purchased from a show, I believe in 2016. And Steve was then living in Wyoming. And then on the way out, we have a silver point by Don Rouleau, who lives and teaches in Chadron. And Don used to be on the Rapid City Arts Council board probably 20 years ago. Should I go that way or go out? We are walking past the Cyclorama Gallery, which is actually closed now because we have a wedding that's going to be taking place this weekend, so we have the curtains up. We are passing a Mini Masters preschool show that normally this is our kids' Art Start studio, and we have parents and children in here playing, but since March we have close this space, so it was really fortunate that we were able to let area preschools take advantage of setting up their art show. Then we have here further pieces from the Goods Art Lottery. Susan Dre, local artist, is right in front of me. Tim Peterson, another local artist from Spearfish. And we have Loy Allen, who did this glass piece, and Loy is a glass artist in Hot Springs. Oh, excuse me, anonymous. We have several more pieces, which I will not tell you who the artist is. And then we will go into the gift shop. Entering the gift shop, we have the series of face masks that we've done working with local artists. And We have probably now 10 designs besides the Dahl logo design. And then as we come into the gift shop, primarily we accept original art from regional artists, and we try to have a grouping of artists. So we have jewelry by several different artists. Blue Heron Designs is Andrea Powers out of Hot Springs. And then we have Roger and Ildiko Wagner, two other local jewelers. We recently had a show by Dick Termes, so we still are able to sell his small Termospheres here. We have posters from Dale Lamphere of Dignity. We have some Jonathan Hart pottery from Jonathan's from Belle Fourche. Some Blanche Guernsey oil paintings. Kelsey Schroeder is a local ceramic artist. And on the back wall, we have some small paintings from Jeremy Kendall. This is an example of the small pieces that we had in his show recently that we just took down from the gallery. And then we have a couple of photographs by Steve Babbitt. Pam Browning shadow boxes. Some sculpture by Carol Hilgeman. Lucinda Merrill paintings. And we have Bonnie Fleming photographs. Mary LaHood bamboo scarves. Jessica Smith does Pigment Project is the name of her company, and she hand looms, she and her partner hand loom these earrings. This is more of Mary Lou Hood's bamboo scarves. And then we have Black Crow soaps. And Susan Turnbull and Bill Fleming recently had a show here, husband and wife show. And Susan is also a children's book illustrator, or has done a couple of books. So we have Susan's books here as well as her posters for that book. And I think that's about it.
Thank you, Denise. Thank you, Mark. Thanks for hosting us. The next arts conference will bring a whole bunch of people, bring several hundred people in. But it was fun to take this tour live via Zoom. And I can say that there's a lot more to see here. That was just the art gallery side. We also have a beautiful performance and event space. I've had the opportunity to play in many times. It's just one of the great art centers of our state. And we work very closely at Arts South Dakota with the various community arts councils. And it's really the front line, the backbone of the arts ecosystem in South Dakota. So thank you for the work you do and for inviting us in today. So the next session is at 3 o'clock. So it's just a short break. Can stretch a little bit, grab a beverage, and we break out into the breakout session starting at 3 p.m. Mountain.